This is episode 583. And today we're going to be looking at rediscovering your motivation. Do you ever feel lost when you're trying to achieve your goals, especially, when progress seems so far away? I know that I have at times. I have these goals and, I'll have bigger goals, medium goals, small goals, micro goals. And often when I start pursuing the bigger goals, if I don't see things happening as quick as, quote, I expect, which is a whole nother topic on how do my expectations come about. But there are times where my motivation is waning a little bit. And I have many clients that experience the same thing. So, if you lost your way trying to achieve a goal, and hopefully you have goals, if you've been listening to this podcast for any length of time, you know, goals are your lighthouse, are your North Star, are they give you direction. So this is presuming you have goals. You may find it difficult to rebuild, reignite, rekindle your motivation for that goal or goals. But there's nothing stopping you from picking yourself up again. That's what's so awesome is that it's a choice. We can either surrender, give up, or we can go, I'm going to be the best I can be, and that best person would continue to go after these goals. So if you feel like you're off track, and perhaps, we set our goals in January and February, March, April, May, kind of getting towards the middle of the year. It's like, oh, I haven't seen it yet. It's so far off. So you may feel you're off track, but now actually is a perfect time to gather your thoughts and begin to move forward again. This is perfectly achievable, but you must be willing to give it your all. You must commit. You must make a decision. Once you make the decision, then nothing gets in your way. So the first thing to look at, these are things that I have found helpful for me. I have found helpful with my clients is figure out exactly where you want to be. If you're talking about life, let's just say we're still at this month. What do you want your life to look like at the end of 2022? Start to write it down. Start to think about it. Start to go, I wonder what I would like, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, relationship wise. Just start brainstorming in your mind. Figure out where do you want to be at a specific time. It could be where do you want to be 3 months from now? Could be where do you want to be at the end of this month? But pick a time and then start sitting down and going, where do you want to be? Then you commit these ideas to paper. This is meaning you write down your goals. I would advise starting off with writing your goals, picking the areas of your life, right? Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationship, personal development, recreation. Put those down and just start putting bullet items underneath it. 1 to 3 bullet items underneath each one. Then start to add in some description, some vocabulary, some um, very something that gets you on fire. So you start with the categories, you put your bullet points, and then you start writing down what you want about them. Something that will create some enthusiasm, something that will create some texture. But you write those down on paper. And it's interesting that there's been many studies. Just the simple fact of writing your goals down increases your chance of achieving them by 42%. Now, do you want to achieve your goal? Wouldn't you want to leverage everything on your side? So you write them down and then you review your current goals. So it's just not writing them down, putting the paper away, or closing the Word doc. Review them every single day. When you review them, you also want to create a picture in your mind on what the achievement of that goal would look like. And that creates this gap between reality and your future reality. And that gap we can fill up by taking action. But again, you want to write those goals down, be very specific, be very graphic with your expression of it, pontificate a lot around what that feels like instead of Oh, I want a car. I want to save money. But put down why. I want a car so I can enjoy my summer commutes with my family. And I want more money in savings so I can send my kids to college. They can have a great education, right? So put down some whys, not just the goals, but why do you want them? And then if you really wanted to take it further, what will happen if you don't get them? What will happen if you do get them for each of those categories? Then you review that every single day. If you want to step it up a notch, review them in the morning and review them at night. But you need to review them. The combination of writing them down and reviewing them increases your likelihood of achieving them by 42%. If you could get a 42% return on your money, I guarantee you would take advantage of it. So then also create a visual representation of your goals. You've heard this as vision boards, some things like that, but it can be a vision board on your desktop computer. So when you turn on your computer, you see that there. It could be a digital vision board. I know there's apps for it where you could create it. It could be just the old-fashioned vision board where you take pictures and put them on, a construction paper, if you will, or poster paper, and you put it up. Whatever it is, you want to create a visual representation of what that looks like. Because our ego mind works in words, but our unconscious mind works in representations, symbols, and pictures. So by working with the words, when you commit these ideas to paper, you're working with your ego. And then when you create a visual representation, you're working with your unconscious mind. So the ego is the conscious mind. So now you're programming both of them. If you don't program both of them, the unconscious mind's going to win out. So if for some reason you want a goal for a new car, but your unconscious mind says, why bother? There's going to be a disconnect. You're not going to get that. But by programming your unconscious mind with images and your conscious mind with words, there will be an alignment with that. And again, you'll be 42% more likely to achieve your goal. Elicit help and support. This is where coaching comes in so spectacularly. The coach, because your friends are friends and they may support you in your goals. They may give you feedback that you didn't ask for. They may say that you're crazy, and they may not provide the best environment unconsciously. Let's just say that one of your goals was to get in better shape and you have the numbers all written down, and it's Friday, casual Friday, and your friends at work bring donuts in and they go, here, have a donut. You've worked hard all week. If they know your goal of being in shape, they really wouldn't offer you that donut. But because they're not on the same goal as you, they feel it's okay to offer you that donut. Now, you can be strong enough to say no, but we want to, when we start out on achieving goals, we want to make the path as smooth as possible so we can achieve them. So when the rocky roads come up, we'll have the discipline, the mental strength, the resilience, the grit to see them through. So this is why a coach can help you, because by speaking with a coach, the coach will identify behavioral patterns, excuses, and things that are holding you back, which you don't realize are holding you back from achieving your goals. And the coach will call you out on it. They'll create a different action plan. I work very, very closely with my clients in creating action plans and then holding them accountable. You said you're going to do this. Did you? No. Why not? Is that playing the victim or is that playing the warrior? Is that an excuse or is that a result? Because, we only have two. We have results or excuses. You can't have both. And the coach will hold you accountable to that, where your friends will help you with the excuses side of it. So elicit help. Help in the, from a coach. I highly recommend a coach. If you don't have one, or you feel that, oh, I don't need a coach, when all great winners and successful people say you have to have one. But if you think you're different, then look at getting some help from friends and some other supports. Then remind yourself consistently that, one, you're worth it. Number two, you're excited about the future. Number three, that you have the skills necessary and you're taking the action. Remind yourself of those action steps. Remind yourself of your goals. Remind yourself why you want those goals. Remind yourself that you're worthy of those goals. Remind yourself that you are taking action, affirmations, right? Remind yourself that you're taking action to achieve those goals. Remind yourself that if you thought it, those goals are there. Those goals are there in the quantum field. It's your job to bring them into this gross material field. Just keep reminding yourself of that and keep fanning the flames of your motivation, which then will turn to inspiration. Again, motivation is external, inspiration is internal. So we want to rediscover your motivation. This is why most of these tips here are all external. Once you get fired up, and you understand your why and your purpose behind it, that shifts to internal. And inspiration is so hard to put out versus motivation. So first we want to rediscover your motivation, get those flames going, and then move it from motivation to inspiration. And again, this is where a coach can help you. So just keep in mind, when you take decisive action, decisive, meaning that you've made a decision, you're taking this action to achieve your goals, you can find the strength and motivation to carry on, and then you will tap into your inspiration. But it's a decision. You have to make a decision. I am going to achieve this no matter what. Many people will not put the no matter what at the end. Oh, I'll give this a try for 6 months. If I don't do it, that's okay. If you don't achieve it and it's okay, then don't go after it. Don't waste your time. I've referenced Seth Godin a lot in the book The Dip. When you have a goal, you ask yourself, is there anything that's going to get in the way of me achieving it? If you come up with anything, don't go after it. Because if you're willing to give up before you start, don't even start. That's just ridiculousness. But when you make a decision that no matter what, you're going to achieve it, miraculous things will happen. You'll find the strength. You'll get the support. The path will be cleared for you. Everything will align for you to get that goal. And avoid letting obstacles in your path prevent you from attaining that dream life that you deserve. With hard work and ability to bring your dreams to life is just around the corner. Obstacles, when we have goals are not necessarily there for us to achieve. Goals are there for us to grow into the person worthy of achieving that goal. And we grow by obstacles. So get it out of your mind that if you put a picture up, say mantras, it's going to fall into your lap. You're setting yourself up for failure and disappointment. Yes, there is some energetic properties that we want to have. We want to be in a place of abundance instead of scarcity. We want to take inspired action as opposed to desperate action. But all of these, so the obstacles are going to happen. Just resolve yourself to it. And when they happen, they're there for you to grow as a person. And as you grow as a person, you will change your world and the world around you as you achieve those goals. Oh, if you want to see the show notes for this podcast, you can bump over to warriormindcoach.com. You'll see the show notes there. You'll see other podcasts, other blog posts, and ways of getting a hold of me. And since you'll be on the internet, please follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest under Warrior Mind Coach.